Hey everybody, back with another episode. Today we are back and we are going to be working on the storage house. If you've seen the previous episode, we've been working on our cottage and it is looking really nice. I've added some additions including flower pots. I've added some hanging flower pots from the village and I've added some trapdoors and slabs for awnings and balconies and window shutters, because the ones in the mod are quite expensive in terms of the amount of material, so I use the standard Minecraft ones. So I've marked out where we're going to be building our storage house, so we're going to build it right there, but we're going to need a bit of cobblestone and andesite to build a path, because I want to map out where we're going to have some different buildings and a farm and whatnot. So let's get started. We've got our pickaxe, we've got some cobble, but we're going to need a bit more, so let's get the map out and see where the mines are. So there's the pillager outpost. We need to go to about here, so let's head over and get some cobblestone and andesite, or we can go down to the mines that we went to before, but I prefer this, much safer. I'm not going to show the whole. That's our mining session done, so now we're going to get started. So let's get the andesite, we've got the cobblestone, let's see if we've got any excess materials in here we can use. Cobblestone slabs, those will be really good. And in the last episode off camera, I've managed to find a backpack, which is going to really help us. Actually, you know what, let's take that now. Because now we've got a lot of extra storage and we can upgrade it. I've also been smelting some copper because I want to make some copper bulbs and some copper doors to add some really nice aesthetic, and also might use it for a roof eventually for something, because I do like how it oxidizes. So let's get started. There we go, that looks good. And I'm going to add some coarse dirt on the edges here when we get some more. For now, this is all I managed to get, but as you can see, it's not looking very natural, the path from here, so I'm going to add some coarse dirt to add some detail eventually. Coarse dirt's going to go there, so let's add this and this, and then some andesite here and here. Yeah, that's already looking really nice, and nice, a nice walk up to the path, which looks really good. And then we've got our cobblestone slabs, which we can add here, so it creates an easier way to get up rather than having to jump up on each block, even if you've got the auto jump. So it's just a really good addition. And then we're going to add, and it saves having to use shovels to dig it up, so because it's a lot of grass, which actually we'll get for seeds. There we go, that looks good. Right, now we're going to go more, we're going to create a straight path going towards that tree, and then we're going to start branching off where we can have different farms and different houses, but for now we're focusing on the storage house for this episode. What's that? I hear a zombie. And then if we got some dirt, we might do. Yeah, and now we can add this along the edges just to sort of line it up a bit because it's looking a bit out the way. You know, it's looking a bit out there really. It's looking just quite a lot when you don't have the terrain there. So let's add that and this. There we go. Now it looks nice, like a nice mansion that you see on top of a hill. Now we're going to add the paths going down into the actual terrain itself so it can go up to the tree. So let's get this sorted. Now we've only got 14 andesite. I'll probably have to get some more in a bit. So for now, let's do that and see how far we can get with the andesite. And it's turning dark. Do I have a torch? No. I think it's going to be a case of having to fight the mobs, which I don't want to do, but I'm not in hardcore, so it should be fine. I'm just not the best at fighting. There we go. So we know that that's reaching now. We can do the path going up here, but we'll do a dirt path going up because it's going to look strange if you're branching off and then you're going straight, so because it's right there. So we're going to use dirt paths for the actual sections of where they're leading up to the houses. There we go, it's looking pretty good. Let's keep going, guys. And there we go, that looks good. And if we look on here, yep, that is really nice because it leads off and then goes down, so it matches up with the house nicely, nice and natural. And then it slowly leads off and then it's nice and form-like and structured. So, because that's why I like structure, but I also like things to be a bit natural as well, so it gives it that little touch. Right, next we are going to get a start on the actual house because I'm gonna get some more cobblestone in a bit, but for now I do want to focus on the house. Oh, see what I mean? So bad at fighting. Right, now we're gonna start with the house, and once again it's natural paths I like to create the look of. There we go, and right up to this block, this is where the door is going to be, so just about there. There we go. And that looks really nice because we're going to add some flowers and we're going to add some bone meal and leave some moss, because that's why we've got some moss blocks saved on the roof. And then let's get another path leading out this way, ready. So I'm thinking I want to remove these. And we're gonna add a lot of moss. I feel like I want this to be like the stables for horses, or the pen for the pigs, or maybe cows, because I think, if I recall from our last episode, the pigs are gonna be at the back. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got the trees here where we've got the mud and the pods, so we're gonna probably build the pigs at the back. And down here we've got, hopefully if he's still alive. What's going on? Oh, probably died. Right, let's get the dirt then, because I think he might have disappeared. So I captured a villager at some point, but they seem to have disappeared, even though I built them a hole under here with a torch. That's where the winemaker horses have come from. Oh, hold on, it might be here. Yep. Despawned. Typical. But luckily winemakers comes very, very often around here, so hopefully we should get some more. One thing I'm really hoping to find is some strawberries, because I love strawberries. Strawberries are my favourite. And if I can make a lot of my fields strawberry fields, it's really gonna show my personality and that what I love, because I'm very sweet. Like, if you were to meet me, you would know that I'm very sweet. And I always like helping people, so let's get started. Right, we're going to use pine wood for this because I love the stripped pine wood. So we're going to start outward from here. And then we're going to do a little awning here, so this is where it starts. And then we're going to go outward and do here. And make sure we've got equal space for windows. So 1, 2, space, 1, 2, space. Windows here. And same goes for this side, because we want enough room for that. And that's really nice actually, because it levels off from here. So you've got the front bit, which is a bit out there, and then it's a bit higher up at the back, so it's going to lead up nicely. But we are going to need a lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So off from this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So do the same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and off. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yep, that looks good. And then it levels off to 1 block in front. Right, let's get some more pine wood. Let's place these as markers for now. Get the dirt and what else? Surprised it only dropped 1 sapling. Oh wait, no, we've got a lot more saplings. But mind you, seeing as we're building out of pine wood, we are going to need a good chunk of area. So this is going to be our like cow and pig area for sure. And probably chickens, because a lot of chickens are around here. I feel like I might want the iron farm to go somewhere over here, or maybe just over the hill, because it covers the line of sight, because you can't build anything properly around it because the amount of times I've tried an iron farm and it never works. There we go, that looks like a good amount of area. Actually, a bit closer, because I want it not to be too much mud and podzol, but I want it just right. And then we're going to get some spruce, because I do love the use of spruce in it. But first, let's see if we can get the trees to grow up. Nope. Do we have any bones? No. But I think I crafted a watering can in the last episode, so we can use that and bone meal all of the pine trees, because that will really help with the build. Getting the build sorted and finish. Really? It took a whole watering can and it's still not done. Luckily there's some water patches right here. And just see if I can get... Seriously, I can't even reach from there. There we go. Let's have a good snack first. Let's see what have we got. Rotten flesh. Oh. It doesn't cause poisoning. That's weird. I was expecting it to cause poisoning usually, or like the hunger effect usually. Don't know if that's a recent update. I've not heard of any changes to this version. But either way, pretty good. Because that means now you don't get stinky from eating rotten flesh. There we go, let's get all this. I don't like floating trees. There we go, and one more. It's groaning, that's why. One more. Perfect. And grab that. And then we've got 2 more trees here. Perfect. I wonder where the zombie is. Because I can hear a zombie somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Oh, that's a good chunk of spruce. Perfect. Exactly what I need. Right, let's put all our building materials in here. And we're going to be using cobblestone. We're going to use cobblestone slabs. I might use copper to add the double doors. I'm going to use spruce palisades for the little awning at the front, and we're gonna get the stairs just in case, along with oak, and we're going to need some mossy moss. Let's get started. Oh, first let's cover this up. Result of a creeper explosion. I always cover anything that's a double, like 2 blocks height, to prevent mobs from spawning like zombies, unless they're baby zombies, in which case they will spawn there and it will be mayhem. Let's get started. First we need... Do we have an axe? I think the other one broke. Yeah, that's broken. Let's see if we've got anything upstairs that might help. No, it's just our bed. But let's get a torch and bring that with us for some lighting. And I think it's about time that we build our first bench. So we're going to have a carpenter's bench. So there we go. And now we're going to craft that quickly before the mobs come out. 1 bit of iron, 1 bit of that, and we've got a spruce plank, and we've got plenty of spruce wood. So let's get the spruce in case, and we're gonna use these. There we go. Right, let's get started. What do I need? I've forgotten. Oh yes, crafting table. And then I need... Can diorite be used? No. I always like to try and explore and see if something you never thought would work could work. Because I didn't know at first that cobbled deep slate works as stone, so it can craft pickaxes and stuff. So let's see. First we need iron and logs there. So crafting table, logs, and 1 iron. And is that right? No. Bamboo planks and wood. Like one more. Is this? That's right. Picky. It's asking for a wooden pickaxe. That is for a wooden axe. That is picky. There we go. Right, it better work. Hold on. I need planks as well. Right, let's start again. Right, logs, 3 logs. On the wrong side. Crafting table, wooden axe, string. No, there we go. That's right. Now we can start building, and I'm not going to sleep because I do want to get the different hats. There we go, let's get started. So first, I also need to craft a crafting table as well, because I like to always, even though the crafting table is just over there, I like to have them close. Right, let's get started. First off, I need spruce wood. And we've got enough for now in terms of that, so let's get started. First off, we are starting with the foundation, so let's get the pine wood out again. That seems a good height. There we go, that looks good. And then we do the same on the opposite side. And is that, I can't tell, is that one higher? Hold on. Yeah, we'll do one higher than on that side, and then we'll do the same on the opposite. There we go. Ah, you're joking. But luckily we have the axe, so it's not too bad. We just move it 1 block forward. Yeah, 1 more. There we go. Now we do it right. There we go. And do the same on the opposite side here. Go. There we go. Right, let's mine this up, because clearly I'm not very good at building with plans in mind. I usually just go with the flow. Right, make sure it's actually lining up with that. Hold on, that's, there we go. Lined up on this block. There we go, now it looks good. And I'm scared of all the mods. Let's get back in and sleep. Yep. Oh no. I forgot I turned off mob griefing because I like nice and chilled, not having to worry about that, so now it's a lot calmer. Let's have the flesh because we know that it's fine to eat. Oh, What happened then previously? Oh. See? Winemakers here. Do we have any emeralds? Because I want red jungle. I want cherry. There we go. And hat bag. Of all of them, I got Shrek ears. No, definitely not. But you can go in here. And you two can just stay out. Nope. There we go. No leather though. Right, back to this. Yeah, that's actually fine. That's how I want it to look. So it's going to look very cottage corn. Like, it's going to look nice like this, but I'm changing the wood from birch that we use there. We're going to use spruce to give it a bit of a darker contrast. And then at the back, I think it would suit it to do it like this, leaving one block so we can add awnings and decorations at the back. Because I hate when people build different houses but they don't decorate the back very well compared to what you'd expect most to think about doing. And still not enough. Right, let's get some more cobble. Let's first see if we've got some in the chest, although I'm not usually very good at planning, so I doubt I do. No, back to the mines. Right, we've got the cobblestone we need. Let's finish the foundations. Seriously? I literally lined this up that it was perfect. How on earth do I miss it? Right, let's put this back. There we go. That looks good. Hold on, just check that it's actually level. There we go. Right, that is definitely fine. Right. Now, for both sides, just making sure they line up with that. So it's the same on this side. Hold on. Lines up here. But then we go to the opposite side. Is that... So this is on the outer bit of it. We need to move this one out. I'm so bad at building with plans. This is why I build just going with the flow usually. Because of things like this. There we go. That was expected, so let's finish the main floors. Right. Just gonna go off. There we go. Now please let this be the end. I really want to just finish the foundations. There we go. Right. There we go. That works. There we go. Now we can actually build with the carpenter's bench. So for this, I'm thinking we're going to go very... I'm thinking either between the basket woven, which... Let me get a few blocks so we can... We'll have 3 main blocks that we can test it with. Right. First, we've got the basket woven. So let's get that. We'll have... we'll have bricky spruce. And we'll have hewn spruce planks to see which ones look better. I'm thinking for the barn, I don't want it to be... I think this would look nice, I think, but maybe probably something along the lines like this probably, and then we can use this for sections of the floor. That seems like the best plan. Let's go with that. Right. Let's drop that for now, and let's craft a whole bunch of spruce. There we go. That looks like a good amount for a start. And then we'll carve out the different window sizes later on. And then we'll get that covered. There we go. And then we're going to start with the pine roof. So first I need to create some pine logs. I don't think we've got a stone cutter yet, so for now I'm going to have to use this and get some pine stairs and pine slabs. And for now we'll drop the carpet because I don't need that. Just check which one's what. And then bring these out because pine is what's going to be for the main roof. But I'll probably do a birch outline or an oak, something lighter to complement that if this is too dark. There we go. But I think that is too dark, so hold on guys, and I'll be back in a bit because we're gonna change this to oak, so just hold on. There we go, so we've got that changed. So now we just need one more. And then we're going to eventually add some trapdoors, but that looks a lot nicer and bolder. So I think we'll stick with oak stairs for the roof instead. And we'll use pine, hay and coarse dirt for the floor. Along with cobblestone because it's not a stable, it's a storage house. Right, next we need to carve out the windows for where we want awnings and little bay windows and whatnot. So we've got one there. Got another here. Exactly how I planned, so at least that's one thing that went right. Right, let's head back to sleep and sleep the night away. Of course they're outside. There we go. Hello, Mr. Winemaker. Let's see. Right, so you've got red jungle grape, savannah grape juice, and red jungle grape juice. You've got red grapes, that's good, and red jungle grape seeds, and white jungle grapes too, so that is really good. Cherry wine as well. And looks like they have different buffs as well. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, almost hit you. Hold on. Nope. In here. Let's get the axe and get back to building. So now that we've decided on what we're using, now we're going to do some nice big ones. So let's see where this lines up. So about here. I want a nice big window here. And then we'll have the chest going along the side like storage houses, like warehouses. Where is that zombie noise coming from? Right, the issue with the zombies has been sorted. Now let's get back on track. So I'm thinking I want something like this, a nice big window. So let's get that built. I think I'm going to use panes for this, so we'll do an inward one, so then when we do panes, they'll go all along here. Now how's that gonna work? Got hewn spruce ones. Got two of them, right. Let's build up and see what it looks like with one at the top. I think that tidies it up a bit. I think it looks off when it's like that, but eventually it's going to be filled in anyway. So if that's how tall it's going to be, that's where we need this side to line up to. So it'll be going slightly curved and then up, steep, and then a nice point, and then steeply go down again and down to the end. That's all done. Now let's head back to sleep. Pop that there and go to bed. Hello again, good morning. Hope you had a good sleep. Sorry I'm leaving you in here, but eventually you'll get your own wine garden in a bit. Just not with the wine horses. So now we need to get some oak wood because I am running low on spruce wood and oak. Oh wait, no, I'm not running low on oak, but on spruce wood I'm running low on, but oak wood. I'm running low on oak wood, not spruce. Right. Let's get some oak wood. Let's see. The nearest forest is around here, so we just head, or we can just head over there. That's the closest. That should be plenty of oak wood for now, so let's gather the saplings and go. I just love how the mansion, I love how the cottage is coming along. That looks so lovely and cozy, even from the back. Definitely a good decision choice with doing it on a platform rather than just on the floor. Because it gives it a bit of elevation, so when you're coming up, that's the first thing you see with it being the highest. And then you come down and then it's perfectly a good point when it comes up to here. Right, let's... and add a little bit of that as a starting point, so then it comes up, and now we start the task. First, oak into spruce, oak into the oak planks. Now we're gonna just punch out these because I do want some windows at the front as well. Right, that's a good starting point. Now let's get this let's get this sorted. So first we're going to start coming up with this, and then we're going to do slowly on both sides. So this comes outward, inward, It'll look strange because the back's obviously different to what the front is, but that's the way that I want it. So I think I will probably end up doing it another layout so then it lines up with this. But for now, we're going to do it the way that this is all looking. There we go, that looks good. So if I get on a higher vantage point to show you all, that's what it's looking like so far. And yes, the lighting's not great because the sun's going down, so I'll show you better in the morning when the sun's actually shining on it. Good morning, good morning. Ready for another day? Get in there. No, 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 get back here. Get back here. Stay in. Right, let's find out where the moss went. It's in the backpack, yeah. Right. Ready for a good bone mealing session. So let's get this and let's bone meal it probably on the mountain on the edge so nobody sees it. Or I guess we could do it around and have like a moss paradise here, and then we can collect the moss as we go. There we go, that's looking good. Let's get all the moss put in. Right. This is going to be a nightmare. I can already feel it, but let's get started. First, let's see how it looks on the slabs. Right. No, it doesn't work. It's best it's on these. And then we'll do like a lining on the edge where we can like decorate it like this. Yeah, that looks good. That's a good plan. We'll go with that. So it gets gradually steeper as it goes up. So this is a really nice plan, I think, for it. Then here's obviously a full block. So we build it one up. And then do it. We do it again here. And at the top. And you've got good space in between. You've got a double and 2 spaces and a single, and then a double here, and it will be the same on the opposite side. Hold on. There we go. Oof. Almost had me worried for a minute. There we go. We're not even going to talk about that. Let's get the rest of this bone meal because we definitely don't have enough. Thought we did, but looks like we're going to need more. Right, let's get some more planks to make some slabs for the trim. So it actually looks really nice for the trim. I really like it. We just need to continue finishing that up. There we go. And then a few more. I'm so bad at placing blocks and slabs. Yeah, so full block. And then half block. And then does it line up with this one? Yes, that's perfect. Now, for this bit, I'm thinking, do we do it like that? Because it's going to be covered up with bone meal anyway. And we'll put some flowers down too to make it look pretty. 1, 2, and we've got a carpet here, so let's put an oxy daisy. Do that there and there. That looks really nice. Let's just make sure there's no azalea leaves. Because I don't know if these are going to grow into azalea trees, because I don't want that. Right, let's get the moss sorted first, and then we can focus on the decorative aspects. That looks nice, and now we just need to do the finishing touches of the trim. So let's get some more planks. And then next episode we will gather some coarse dirt, and we're going to get some flowers, and we're going to start decorating and adding the storage chest and barrels and whatnot inside. But for now, this is obviously what we're focusing on, the exterior. So let's get all the planks and slabs that we need. That should be, well, it's definitely not enough, but it's a start. Let's just get a few more just in case. There we go, that should be a good amount. So where should we start? I think it's best we start from the top. So let's just use these. I don't even have enough hunger to sprint. Right, I'll sort that in a bit. First, let's get this sorted. So we're doing... There we go. And do the same on the opposite side. So here. Out. Oh, azalea. We don't want that, but we do want the carpets though and the flowers. So let's add the flowers in the front. Because I love to see the flowers when they're there. There we go, that looks good. And we go. It's quite dark though, we do have to get some lanterns, but there's not a good source of iron at the moment. How is this going up and down? Seriously. Am I so bad at this? Seriously. Goes down, up. How does it go down? Like, how did it get to that? Because it's a full block here, so... How does that work? Right, there's not a good way to get down, so let me just... There we go. Cool. Right, let's get inside. No, 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 no. Oh, phew. Right. Let all the mobs escape. More zombies, just what I need. Luckily there's not a good amount of moving on. There we go. Goodbye. And give me the bones. How have we... Oh, because that's going to be spruce, right. That looks good. That looks really nice, actually. But I do need to cover the gaps. Let's do that now, actually, whilst we're on the inside. Right. But that's gonna look weird, so let's put these back. We'll just add lots of flowers there. One more block. You joking? Please tell me we've got some. I think we've got some round the back. Yep. 2 of them, so we've got 2 slabs, so let's get these and then I'll tidy it up in a bit. But for now, that's what we're getting, and then we just need to fill in that 1 block. Wherever it is. Here. Nope. There we go. That looks nice. And eventually it's going to look so good once we have a lot more of the spokes. Right, so that's how it goes on the bottom. So it actually needs to do the same on the other side. Yeah, that's how it goes. Right. Let's get these then, and that should be fine. Okay, you know what? No. There we go. All done. Wow, what do you guys think of that? I think that turned out really nice. I love the flowers on top. I'm gonna add some more, and eventually we'll get some leaves and some and we'll add some to the front. We'll add some trapdoors, add some awnings, and then eventually it's gonna look so good. This I love. Let's add some bone meal though, just to give the area some character. Stop, skeleton. Stop. Stop it. You're burning. You need some sun cream. There we go. That is looking good. I hope you enjoyed this episode today, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one, where we'll be working on the decorations of the storage house, and we'll be building out all the way to the apple tree, where we're going to start building the farm elements. See you till then.